welcome back to the program. You're watching Morning Thailand with Phai and Golf. And of course, Kun Phai, now we have a little bit updates on political world. And at this point, I guess the biggest updates would be the fact that our Prime Minister is on a trip to visit countries in African region. Now, it's interesting because we never thought about, that much of a trade with the African region really. But at this point, they say that they will look into the industrial side of this particular relation as well as gems. All the jewelries and gems, exactly. So, well, not blood diamonds,
because
obviously,
African gems are the best.
Exactly. Well, we have pretty good too, I think. So, maybe there will be like an exchange of rubies and jade.
Cooperation.
Exactly, because it seems like jewelry industries are pretty big here as well as there. So yesterday at about 8:30 at Suvarnabhumi Airport, obviously the Prime Minister and her entourage, including Kun Surapong Towichak-Chaikun, Kun Prasop Suratsawadi, Dr. Prasit Sinthawanarong, and Kun Prasert Bunchaisuk. Now, just to give you in a nutshell here, Kun Surapong obviously is the Foreign Minister, Kun Prasop is the Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Pradit is the Public Health Minister, and Kun Prasert is the Industrial Minister, along with her son. So the Prime Minister taking her sons to Africa as well. Now the country that she will visit would be, she will start with Mozambique and then moving on to Tanzania on the 30th. And on the 1st of August, she will visit Uganda. So it seems like there are a lot of interesting events that the Prime Minister will be able to perhaps make some kind of agreement, so on and so forth.
I heard something about a G2G deal about the rice trade as well.
Interesting. Well, we have just done that with the Iran government, right? Iranian government. So hopefully we will be able to export our rice to the African region as well. But we're not sure. But obviously the main point or the focus would be gems and the industrial sector. So hence that's why the industrial minister, Kun Prasert Bunchaisuk, is also joining this particular visit as well.
So this is a good time that we could enjoy with the beautiful views of the other countries where the Prime Minister had paid a visit to.
Exactly.
Like when she was on a trip to Europe or Japan, there was pictures and the files.
So we might get to see like wild animals. I think that's why
I don't
like her
think
son
she would visit a zoo.
Well, her son
she brought
is
his son.
Exactly. So I think he would probably like to see all these African animals, and we probably will get to see those as well. So we'll give you more updates later on because obviously she's going to be there the entire week. So we're going to hear more about it.
And while the Prime Minister is abroad, there's a news including the names of his brother, the former Prime Minister Thaksin Shinawatra. If you're very active on the social media over the weekend, there was a video clip circulating on the internet, the 2.45 minutes video clip showing three men dressing in the Arab style clothing, two of them holding weapons, another one holding a picture of the Prime Minister, the former Prime Minister Thaksin Shinawatra, and three of them claim to be members of the Al-Qaeda terrorist network, and they are making death threat against Kun Thaksin Shinawatra in revenge for the political massacre in Tak Bai district of Narathiwat province. This happened, is the incident in 2004. That happened when Kun Thaksin was the Prime Minister, and he launched a crackdown on the terrorists in the southern border provinces of Thailand. That incident led to the killings of many more Thai Muslim men, up to, I believe that it led to around 100 deaths. However, the news sources claim that just 70 to 80s.
Yeah, it was quite one of those tragic incidents, really. That
this happened in 2004, and these three men come out and said that they would get Kun Thaksin anywhere, anytime in the world in revenge for their Muslim brothers who got killed in that incident. However, we could not verify the authenticity of this video clip, whether it was from the Al-Qaeda group or not, because some people have come out and speculated that this was a fake. It was a setup. คุณ General Paradon Patanathha Butt, the Secretary General of the National Security Council, he was responsible for the southern security, the violence in the southern border provinces, and he said that this is a fake video clip because the southern violence is not caused by Al-Qaeda mainly. The problem stemmed from inside the Thai state with the Malayu people mainly. So Al-Qaeda has not much to do with the southern violence. However, he believed that the clip might be made by members of the white mask group because this video clip was posted firstly on the Facebook page of the white mask people. I believe it's the V for Thailand page, and before it went viral. However, the ICT, the Information and Communication Technology Ministry, said that they would investigate the origin of this video, and if it is found to be done in Thailand, people who produced it will be arrested.
Yeah, because the thing is, don't you think we have enough problem already without dragging other people into the particular event? And the thing is, somehow it's quite embarrassing.
This is the Facebook page of Kun Nopadon Pathama, the lawyer of Kun Thaksin, and he posted saying that Kun Thaksin was already informed of this death threat, but he was fine. He was unconcerned about the threat. He said that Kun Thaksin spends most of the time in the Middle East and has many good friends who are Muslims.
Right.
And all of them had good intentions to him, so they're not trying to harm him or taking revenge with him.
But that's the thing. The odd part was that he just practically stereotyped all like Muslim to be Al-Qaeda. Is that what it is? Because the thing is, you can have a good relationship with Muslim friends, but these are insurgent. That's
right.
Okay.
However,
well, if he says so.
If you're going to look into this clip, it wasn't there anymore because the first clip was taken down. After a few hours, there was an attempt to upload it several times. After that, however, all of them were gone.
Right. All right. So fair enough, because obviously if we cannot, pinpoint the authenticity of this, you just practically...
Whether it's real or it's fake.
Exactly. Now, of course, Kun Phai, moving on to our last news here before we go for a break. And there has been obviously a lot of speculation over the fact that there would be perhaps another mob coming in, gushing into the government house. So at this point, it seems like the police are trying their best to make sure that they are prepared for containing the crowd, so on and so forth. So on the 27th to 29th, which is today, there has been a practice, I guess you can say, of the police led by Police General Kamron Wit Thup Krachang, obviously.
The Metropolitan Police Chief.
Police Lieutenant General, there you go, just give him the right title there. He actually yesterday visited this particular, practice, the drill, exactly. So they say that they used 3 of the troops all together to make sure that, these are acting as the police that try to control the crowd in the area, and one of the troops would act as the mobs that trying to penetrate into, and this is obviously in front of the government house, at about 6:30 p.m. yesterday. So if you go around the area and you see a chaos, well, that's just a drill. Now they say that they have a lot of barricade in place to make sure that, the people would not be able to get in. Plus, they also have one of those fire truck, I guess, to make sure that you can use water pressure to actually gush all the mobs away as well. Now, interesting part though that I found on the news in Khao Sot newspaper is that they say that the most important thing that they seems to be focusing on is how the police can actually put a mask on within 10 seconds. So the mask would be used, if it's gonna be used for tear gas. to protect themselves
Right.
from tear gas. So, you know, so we're and they did say that, you know, they hope
That's
that
the
there's
most
nothing.
important thing.
Yeah, like they say that, oh, they hope everything is going to be okay. But of course, that's one of the practice. Within 10 seconds, you got to be able to put a mask on to protect
Is it
yourself.
a threat? Just a threat.
Yeah, so I thought that was kind of interesting that was on the
Right.
news.
So
like
that
one
people
of
will not
the,
dare
yeah,
going in
so
there.
it's going to be on August the 4th. So on the 4th, obviously around the area, try to avoid it. We might see something that we don't want to see, or we don't want to get caught in that situation. But obviously, I would say, like, all the people who would like to join this particular event, be very careful as well, because the police are getting ready, and they're
Yes.
obviously, if they talk about a mask, they're not afraid to
Use it.
because obviously I could understand that you need a crowd control kind of thing as well. And sometimes, you know, we have seen before where the protesters got out of hand, because we're talking about large crowd here. But still, be very, very careful if you're going to go around the area. Obviously, try to avoid it if you can. And that's the update so far in terms of trying a preparation for a mob. I shocked you did that. You're like, oh my God.
So that's a preparation when the Thai parliament senators and MPs are going to reconvene about the normal session.
Yeah, didn't we heard, like, I think we talked earlier before we come into the show, talking about how they were asking the MP or the senators to wear, like, runners. Runners.
Because there's an
Like, you gotta
incident
run.
in Bulgaria last week where protesters had got all the entrance blocked.
Okay.
So that 100 MPs were locked up there for 7 hours.
So we're trying to tell the MPs that you're going to have to somehow, you know, throw yourself down the building, you know, rope yourself down, just climb down.
That might be interesting.
Yeah, doing Spider-Man stunt. One of them did that already too. So it's interesting.
Okay.
You know, I thought, like, the thing is the anticipation is quite crazy when you think about it, but it's to the point when you start hearing all this stuff, and then I think it's get out of hand, that they think that all this mob going to be really bad. Like, how bad could it be? It seems to be peaceful lately, right? We have seen quite a good, what should I say, you know, positive kind of protesting.
Compromise.
Exactly. So, you know, hopefully there's no tear gas. Let's hope so. Now, let's take another short break, and Kun Shane will tell us a little bit about the whole, this particular bill that they were so crazy about. So please stay tuned.